One of the silhouettes immediately parted from the bizarre shadow carnival and sprinted across the field with giant leaps. Can we not do that? Where did it go? Y'all ready for some spook? Today we're playing Tiny Bunny, a point-and-click horror game. Never seen it before. Look at it. It looks so fucking cool, though. I already love it so much. Thank you for joining me. Stick around. Let's see what this game is. I'm nervous. I'm scared. Spooky. Spooky town. Spooky time. What? Oh, okay. The wind clawed at my window all night long. It wandered the fields and howled like a hungry beast. An endless song weaved from all sorts of voices. Shrill, gentle, sneery. Twined in the air. They were shouting and laughing and arguing about something. Someone was running through the snow while casting long shadows that would occasionally creep close to my bed. I can't fucking read. Our house had a mind of its own. The creaky old mind of a building that had seen a lot in its days and was seemingly trying to share its wisdom with the inhabitants. The lonely house faced the forest, and the dark green thicket gazed back with its hollow eyes, rustling, whizzing, swaying back and forth. Ooh. One would come out and stand at the edge of the forest to reassure themselves there was nobody behind the crooked trees. Fuzzy silhouettes swaying in the wind couldn't possibly do any harm. It's just a play of light and shadow. Just a play. I knew it was my imagination. I was already 12 after all. Still... Ooh, it's a fox face. Ooh, I didn't see that. Episode 1, the owl will arrive. Ooh. Mr. Owl? What's going on? Do I do something? Oh, oops. Right. Oh, look at this!
Убери книгу немедленно.
Oh, I'm sorry! She sounds mad. She sounds like she's pissed off. Okay, that's my mother. Okay, fine. Hey, put away your book. Why?
Сколько раз говорила, не читай за столом, вредно. Сидишь, сутулился весь.
I love it. How many times have I told you not to read at the table? It's bad for your health. Look at how slouched you are. Reading's good for you. Hide. Oh, do I do this? Ah. My mother's pretty. She's gorgeous. Jesus. Wow. I didn't protest and put the book about Conan the Barbarian aside. I was stuck on a line I couldn't understand after reading it 3 times anyway. My sister's so cute. Olya had already finished her breakfast and was munching on some cookies. She was so enthusiastic she almost looked like your typical girl from commercials.
Пока не съешь, из-за стола не встанешь.
You're not going anywhere until you finish all of it. She's gonna keep distracting me because she sounds beautiful. Simping. I, on the other hand, was still trying to drill a hole in the plate with my eyes, as if it would make the porridge disappear. Hazy anxiousness welled up inside, all because of the previous sleepless night, the black forest around our house and the gloomy wind. The longer I waited, the colder the lumpy white substance became. Gross! Dude, it looked like a jellyfish from the Costa Odyssey. Costa Odyssey. I love that show. I wonder how horrifying the bottom of the ocean is. I don't want to think about it. I think about that relatively often, and it always freaks me out. Have you ever thought about that? The bottom of the ocean's fucking weird. Scary. Or how cold the Black Forest is at night. The spoon fell out of my hand, on account of my buttery-ass fingers. Mom showered me with a cold glare from her green eyes.
Что я говорила?
What did I just say?
Я достану.
I'll get it. I had 10 seconds to catch my breath before battling the nasty porridge once again. I felt around for the spoon. Bye, Mom. Love you. See you later. Oh, what was carved on the inside of the table? Karina. Oh, Karina. Hey, that's my mom's name. Oh, ha, that's my mom's name. I can't read. I guess she carved it out with something pointy when she was little. She sure was a rascal, damaging the furniture like that. She was a fucking rebel. Green eyes and a rebel? Bits. She would scold me for a week if I did something similar, though. Should I remind her about it? No. No. If she's kind of a strict mother, you don't want to be doing that. That sounds like a really dumb idea. No. She's been in a bit of a bad mood lately. I imagined her being my age, sitting under this table. I wonder what Mom was afraid... Oh, I wonder... Was Mom afraid of the dark back then? Or the sounds coming from the attic? Why is there sounds coming from your attic? Why? Or the thick black forest? Oh, babushka. I imagined my grandma coming into my little mom's room, sitting at the edge of her bed, where Olya sleeps nowadays, and saying this in a soft, smooth voice.
Тайга особое место, детятка.
So soft, so smooth. Taiga is a special place, little girl.
Она к тебе присматривается,
Whoa.
принюхивается.
It's always watching you closely, sniffing you out. I added always, like a sentence enhancer, like spice. Trying to discern what kind of beast you are.
Понравишься, в беде не бросит.
If you're a good sort, it won't abandon you in times of trouble.
А будешь проказничать, схватит за бочок и утащит с собой под землю.
Maybe I should have turned voices off. But if you're a bad apple, it'll grab you by the side and drag you under the ground. That's nice.
Дело с концом.
And that would be it. Poof. Gone. Grandma was caring. She never fought with anybody, never yelled, never swore. Those were the times without the maddening screams until late at night, without smashed dishes and mutual accusations. Ooh. Our parents used to love each other back then. I remember listening in on one of their conversations by chance. They were talking about Grandma getting prepared for her funeral. She had already bought a casket, and she called it her cute funeral box. Ah, that's nice. I like her. You gotta plan ahead. Always good to have a plan. I want to get buried in a shoebox. It waited for its time in the closet, patiently. What was it? It was black, upholstered with meat-colored material on the inside. I saw it when my grandma was getting buried. Oh, the coffin? The casket? That's what it was called, casket. She kept it in the closet? It's a little weird. Maybe she had like a spring under her bed, so when she died, it just like sprung her into the closet and she was already in the casket, all packaged up, ready to go. Ship me off into the ground. That was bleak. The house didn't change since the time she was alive. Only all of the photos were gone. Glass-covered pictures with grey faces of my ancestors. They all had a dead, but watchful, look in their eyes. I crawled out from under the table. Olya was done with her cookies and was looking at my share like a sly woodland critter. Give her! I turned my gaze towards the frosted window. There were a lot of dark pines outside, but they didn't grab my attention. The pattern of frost formed on the pattern of frost formed a picture on the glass. There we go.
Оля, гляди, лиса!
Oh yeah, it's a fox. You scared the shit out of me, Anton. Am I Anton? I guess so, yeah.
Где?
Where? It looked almost like those optical illusion thingies they put on the back of student notebooks. A mixture of lines at first glance, but if you blur your vision a little bit and look under a certain angle...
Да не на улице, на стекле.
Not outside, on the window.
Смотри, вот нос, вот.
Look, there's the nose, and here's...
Ну-ка, доедай.
Hey, eat up! Eat your queen's bitch. She's back. My queen, Rebecca. Oh, Papa! My dad entered the kitchen with long, measured steps. About 2 inches. I want to have a beard like his when I grow up. That's a strong beard. That's a good beard. My mom would always ask jokingly, "Come on, shave it off, it stings." Inappropriate? This was so long ago. Nowadays, rumbling doors and witty comebacks were an everyday occurrence. Olya always covers her ears whenever she hears something like, "What's the point in all this?" through the wall. It's all for your sake, Dad would reply, for the sake of our family. I always caught every sound in fear of hearing the most dreaded, the deadliest word that started with a D. Divorce. D-I-V-O. I don't even want to finish it. It was scary to imagine that me and my little sister could be torn apart and taken into 2 different families.
Да что твоя лиса? Вот у меня на окне сова.
Anyway, your fox is nothing. I have an owl. An owl? An owl? I have an owl on my window.
Опять ты со своей совой.
Ooh, manly. You and your owl talk again.
Так ты же вчера мне верил.
You said you believed me just yesterday. I wish I could talk Russian.
Никто ключи от машины не видел?
Has anyone seen my car keys?
Вроде оставлял на подоконнике.
Maybe you did, and maybe not.
Вроде.
Right.
Вроде оставлял.
Maybe you
вроде
did,
нет.
and maybe not.
Вроде взрослый мужчина.
You're a
отец
grown
3
man,
детей,
a
а
father of
вроде-
2, and still...
Перестань, пожалуйста, Карина.
Karina, please stop. Oh, tense. Family drama keeps things fresh.
Дай мне спокойно
Just let me
собраться.
get ready in peace.
В корзине твои ключи.
Your
возле
keys are in the
телефона.
basket near the phone.
Огромное тебе
Well,
человеческое
thank
спасибо.
you very much. Anton, stop making a martyr out of yourself and finish eating already. But the owl.
Не было там
There
никакой
was no
совы.
owl.
Была!
But there was one.
Глазюки огромные!
It had
Во!
giant glowing
светится.
eyes. Big. It had big, big glowing eyes. Oh, hello. Oh, she has white eyelashes. Cute. How does she have white hair? The parents don't. And Anton's blonde too. Oya sprung up from the chair and placed her hands on her little face, imitating a pair of eyes with her fingers, the size of an apple each. Like this? Like this? Or like this? Oh my god.
Кафе.
Last year you had a
Сейчас
babai
сова.
in your closet, and now this owl? Oh, I've got a button. Glossary. The scariest glossary ever, Jesus Christ. Babai, in Slavic folklore, a nocturnal spirit used by parents to threaten their ill-behaving children. Oh. Cute, fun. Not traumatizing. But I saw it. Olia shifted her gaze back and forth from Dad to Mom to me, but couldn't find any support. I believe her. Look at that cute little face.
А ты не думала подружиться с ней?
Have you thought
нет?
about befriending it?
Вымышленными
You know, like
мышами
feeding it with
покормить,
imaginary
например?
mice. Dad, you're not helping. Papa.
Не подначивай ребенка.
Don't bully our girl. Thank you, Mama.
Просто мала еще. И спать
She's
одна
just afraid to
боится.
sleep alone once. She's just afraid to sleep alone because she's still little. Olia pouted her lips in rebellion and rushed into the hallway. The staircase that led to the second floor creaked. Mom gave Dad a strict look. Oh gosh, I would not want to be on the end of that face. Jesus Christ. I love this art style as well. Look at the shading on their faces and just generally all of it. It looks so good. Oh, that look in her eyes. It's so uncomfortable to be pinned under it. I can imagine. Dad just snorted in reply and left, ringing with the keys he had just found. A minute had passed and the theme song from The Little Mermaid echoed through the house. Was that actually the Little Mermaid theme song? It was stored on an incredibly worn-out cassette tape, which Dad had already had to glue together once. It's so easy to fix objects, by gluing them back together, for example. But how do you fix a relationship? Super glue. Mom moved to the living room, and I was left alone, anxiously stealing glances at the window. Oh. Whoa, what's happening? This changed. Olia had trouble sleeping ever since we moved to this house. She would toss and turn or curl up into a ball under her blanket. Sometimes she would jump up in the middle of the night and turn on the VCR. Cartoons helped her to take her mind off all the troubles we had with the move and our parents. Whoa, Olia, run, leave. Get out. And then Olia said she saw that giant flying monster outside her window. She became obsessed with it. Our parents did everything in their power. They tried every little trick to get rid of those ridiculous fears. Olia refused to sleep alone and didn't believe that the owl was just one of her nightmares. Can nightmares be infectious? I don't like it. Just last night I couldn't get a wink of sleep and ended up thinking of what to expect in my new school. Oh, I don't like this. Oh, I don't like this. Oh. There were a couple of days left before the beginning of a new term. What was that? Did anyone else hear that squeak? My imagination drew long twisting hallways that led to a classroom full of kids. But all of the students behind their desks were simply dark figures, cut out using a template. Circular holes gaped in the middle of their faces, and pairs of eyes blinked inside those holes. It was as if some completely different creatures were looking at me from behind the flat black silhouettes. Good. No doubt. I don't think I comprehended any of those words I just read. I think I just said them because I'm so unenthused about this angle. And every time I press enter, I want to die. Their cruel glaze, filled with icy sneers, made me shiver from head to toe. Will I survive here? Yeah, Why wouldn't you survive? There's nothing wrong with this place. Won't they gang up on me and beat me down? Stomp on me with their bloodied shoes? Why would they have bloodied shoes? What school are you going to? The murder school? I don't know. That was a really good joke. That damn school can burn for all I care. I just wish for anything to happen to it. Doesn't really matter what. I didn't want to go there that badly. I didn't want to see people who were just itching to smack me on the head, trip me up, think of a new offensive name for me, worse than the previous one. I felt like the glasses I wore made me an outsider of some sort of monster. I feel like the longer I keep reading seemingly, I mean it's story, but it's seemingly inane story considering how terrifying this music is, that it's trying to get me to calm down so it can scare me quite soon. My gaze slid across the drawings hanging on the walls. I couldn't consider myself a great artist, but Olya begged me to hang them. Drawing was the only thing that made me happy as of late. Oh, it's quiet. Oh, it's gone quiet. Why is it gone quiet? The small circle of friends I had also enjoyed my paintings, and they promised to call me from time to time. Sometimes I imagine Mom picking up the phone and saying in a cold voice, "You've got the wrong number." Or, "Anton is not around." Anton is not around. I imagined my future classmates lying in their beds just like me, listening to the howls of the invisible werewolves outside their windows. Maybe my new classmates will like me after all. But who would ever like a boy with thick glasses? What's wrong with thick glasses? That's what you're concerned about? I mean, my dad used to wear glasses when he was little, and now he's married to the most beautiful woman on the planet, my mom. Aw, that's nice. True, she's gorgeous. The house creaked, pressed by the wind. The condo we used to live in, a 9-floor concrete building, buzzed with the neighbor's drill, mumbled with a TV set from behind the wall, cried like a baby from the big family next door. The music stopped, and all I could hear was creaking. Our current house, though I can't call it new, was completely different. It was silent and easygoing during the day. Its shadows lay dormant in the corners, on the closet cobwebs, and under the stairs. But they all woke up during the night. Something was watching me from every corner, almost as if the old photos of my deceased family, or my diseased family, y'all diseased, with their ashen eyes, were hanging on the walls in place of my drawings. The floor was squeaking, rusty drains were moaning, the attic was occupied by noisy drafts. One could think the house was performing some sort of demonic melody. For a boy who looks about 9, you have a lot of fucking thoughts. And then I realized I was, in fact, hearing music. It was already playing for a good while. Somewhere at the edge of my perception, I could hear a flute. It was mixed in with the sound of the wind, of the creaking old house, and my thoughts too. Oh, it's you. God. I stood up and rushed to the window. I wanted to reassure myself that the music was nothing more than a product of my imagination. It's so loud. It's not like someone's playing it there, amidst the cold, snowy night. Right? Right, night? Night, right. Oh, fuck. No. Oh! Someone was dancing in the field. Black silhouettes I could barely make out, with the dark forest as their backdrop. Are they the animals are dancing? I thought they were fighting. They jumped around, basked in moonlight, jumped into piles of snow, rolled around and crawled on all fours. Stories about wolves playing under the moon came to mind, but these were clearly not wolves. They stood upright at times, circled around holding hands and whipping up snow, disappearing into the shadows for a brief moment and then coming back. That one on the end, this one, he's getting jiggy with it. Look at that hip movement. Something bizarre was going on. Shadows dancing in the starless abyss made my imagination go wild, making me anxious at the same time. Jesus. Oh! Hello! Don't mind me. I was... Look at that tree over there. This one. It's lovely. Suddenly the music had stopped. The dancing shadows froze in place, and I could swear pierced me with their eyes. One of the silhouettes immediately parted from the bizarre shadow carnival and sprinted across the field with giant leaps. Can we not do that? Oh! Where did it go? It glided on squeaky snow without leaving any prints until it was devoured by the pitch-black shadow of my house, which became even darker and thicker. I don't want to press enter. Oh, my heart was jumping around like the bird inside a cage. Oh, no. I shut the curtains with a swift motion and stepped back towards the bed. They saw me. A freezing torrent of fear washed over me. I stood in the middle of a perfectly dark room and listened to some unwanted guest move and scrape around looking for an entrance. The sound moved to the right, then circled around the house. Now my guest should be at the front door. I jumped into bed and covered myself with a blanket as if it could protect me. The shackles of fear locked my muscles. I remembered the funeral. Why are you remembering that now? My grandma lying there, hands crossed on her chest, her facial features sharp like that of a tin doll. Ants running up and down the legs of chairs that held my grandma's casket. Ew! I imagined those little creatures climbing up her head and pulling up her eyelids with their tiny legs. I think this kid has problems. Then her wrinkly eyeballs would once again move inside their sockets and she'd be able to see her grandchildren. What? I was chanting the spell she taught me throughout the whole procedure. And now, lying under the blanket and listening to squeaks and howls, I was repeating the same words. Oh, you scared the shit out of me. Oh, he's just gonna keep doing it. On the island of Buyan, underneath the blemished sun, in the sea of the colour blue, stands a cabin made of wood. They lay lard and ashen hair for the spawn from Devil's Lair to feast and always leave alone God's faithful servant named Anton. Oh, fuck. Ooh. Okay, I think I just summoned a demon into my house. Can I call someone to get rid of it, please? Anton, do you have any numbers I can use? Evil, leave this house must. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Bizarre sounds had disappeared. I don't trust any of this. I cautiously peeked out from under the blanket and saw curtains waving around like hangman. And then the night doused me with a new portion of boiling terror. I'm having so much trouble trying to fucking read this because I'm scared out of my fucking mind. The sound scratched at my eardrums. Oh. In reality, something or someone was scratching at the front door, hurriedly clawing at wood, demanding to be let in. The door was shut. Dad had become very cautious recently, so he installed a sturdy lock. I remember him staring at the forest intently, as if he was looking for someone. Ashes to ashes. Dust to dust. The lock didn't work. I hugged my knees, placing my chin between them, and drilled the door with my eyes. It was so flimsy and weak before the might of the darkness. And then what? Oh no. Oh god. The doorknob twitched. Slightly. Can it stop twitching slightly? Then it turned halfway. Once, twice, as if the person who tried to enter had no hands. Stop. The doorknob tilted once more and then started clicking violently. Oh my god, stop. My jaw cramped from fear. My wet fingers clutched the blanket. The door creaked and opened. Oh, good God, no. The wind taunted me, moaning inside the tin drains. Now, you'll see. What? Oh, no. The door was wide open. The darkness writhed inside the carnivorous mouth of a doorway. Is it Olya? Tony? Tony. It was as if the night itself was calling out to me, flapping its black wings and squeaking with rusty hinges. I was trembling, ensnared by the web of darkness that hung in the corners of my room, waiting for the one who weaved it to come out of the gaping black hole. Tony! My abdomen tightened and my chest rose up, ready to exhale a desperate scream. But before I was able to do anything, the darkness asked me, "Oh yeah." My sister's pale face protruded from the thick shadows. I still don't trust this at all. She's gonna transform into some murderous fox demon wolf. I almost screamed from relief. Olya, I'm not sleeping. Did something happen? Olya frowned and stuck out her lower lip, a clear sign that she was about to cry. It's there again, staring at me. You deal with it. I'm having my own crisis. I don't know if you noticed, but there were dancing creatures outside, and one of them's like in the house. Weird. Shoo her away, Tony, please. Oh, she calls you Tony. Anton, I get it. Right. I'm so scared. I feel bad. The fear that was tormenting me just a minute ago crawled away and hid somewhere in my stomach. I needed to calm Olya down.
Это был сон, глупая.
It was just a dream,
Сны
silly.
не кусаются.
Don't be scared.
Никто тебя
Dreams
не
don't
обидит.
bite. No one's going to harm you. Olya sobbed. She was trying her best to believe me. But was I sure myself? After all of that?
У меня есть идея.
I have an idea.
Пойдем к тебе в комнату.
Let's go to
Видео
your room
посмотрим.
and watch the video.
Спящую
Sleeping
красавицу,
Beauty, for
например.
example. Oh,
Тебе же нравится этот мультик?
you like that cartoon, don't you?
Почему у спящей красавицы принца у меня эта страшная птица?
Why does the Sleeping Beauty have a prince and I have this scary fucking bird who keeps talking to me when I'm trying to snooze? The question took me by surprise.
Ладно, давай
All right,
посмотрим Золушку.
let's watch Cinderella. My thoughts became tangled, fuzzy. What was that? What? What studied me with its eyes? What? What studied me with its eyes while dancing feverishly under the moon? Oh, the creatures outside. The darkness was clinging to the window, and it couldn't be fooled by Grandma's old chants. It couldn't be satisfied with a feast of lard and long ashen hay.
Тоша,
Who
ты
wouldn't
идёшь?
be satisfied with a feast of lard and long ashen hay? One of you 5 a day. Tony, you coming?
Да,
I
да,
still don't
сейчас.
trust this at all. Yes, just a moment. Okay. Oh, you scared me as well. The animation was beautiful, though. That's why I didn't want to laugh at Olya and her owl in the morning. Yeah. Who could be visiting us here in the middle of nowhere? We don't know anyone around here. It's that fucking wolf again. So persistent. I felt extremely unsettled just from a silly thought that our morning guest could have come from the woods. I could barely hear voices coming from the door. My mind was urging me to hide. In the closet, under the table, behind the curtains where Olya always hides.
Тоша, подойди-ка сюда.
Tony, come here. I felt like kettlebells were tied to my feet, but still dragged them toward the hallway. Oh, police? Polizia? Hello? What'd I do? A couple of policemen towered over me in the doorway. They smelled like frost and worry. What does frost and worry smell like to you? I imagine it's like a sandalwood. A boy had gone missing yesterday. His name's Vova.
Глянь, пожалуйста. Ты его
Look
не
at this,
видел?
please. Have you seen him? The policeman held out a photograph to me. Hi. Oh, he's so cute. Look at the kitty. There was a ginger boy around the age of elementary school, pictured with a wool carpet as the backdrop. A wool carpet? You guys have wool carpets? I want a wool carpet. He had a striped cat in his hands and wore a wide smile.
Нет.
No, I haven't.
Точно?
Are you sure?
Посмотри внимательнее.
Look closely.
Где мне его видеть?
Where would
Я
I
тут
see
никого
him?
не
I
знаю.
don't know anyone
Да и из
around
дома-то
here. I
почти
barely
не
leave the
выхожу.
house. Same, Anton. You and I, kindred spirits.
А может, видел в окно?
Well, maybe you've seen him from the window. No,
Да,
just
у тебя
dancing
ведь окна налево.
demon animals. That's right, your windows look straight into the forest, don't they? Yeah, and I love it so much. Can we trade rooms? The window.
Нет, не видел.
No, I haven't seen anything.
Ясно.
I see. He sounded tired, but his eyes, his stare, long and heavy, was full of suspicion. I squirmed unwittingly under the weight of guilt which his giant shadow cast over me. For some reason, I thought of the forest swaying in the wind. Is he in the forest? What did his poor parents feel? And what would my parents do if I'd gone missing? Would they cry and thrash around hysterically? Or would they accuse each other like they always do and forget about me eventually? Never. Never, ever, and never, ever, never, ever, never.
Мам, а
Mom,
Вова этот в
this
нашем
Vova,
лесу заблудился?
did he go missing in our forest?
Выходит, что
Seems
так.
like it.
Бедный
Poor
ребенок.
child. I looked at the window, at the road. The police UAZ drove off towards the village. I noticed a trail of policemen's footprints that led into the forest. And then it clicked in my head. Why don't I start an investigation of my own? I don't think that's a wise idea. Maybe I'll find that lost boy, or maybe you'll just fucking die. You'll probably just die. Don't do it. And I'll get a reward. Olya will be so happy. And not only Olya, Mom and Dad too. Maybe they'll even forget about their quarrels for a while. Maybe I'll even save us from the D word. I couldn't wait to go out, looking for clues.
Пойду погуляю.
Ah. I'm going outside.
Ага, сейчас.
She's pissed. Yeah, right.
Чтобы потом милиционеры с
You
твоей
want the police to go
фотографией
around
домой
with your
ходили.
photograph next? She has a very valid point, Anton.
Лес вон какой густой.
The forest is so
А
thick.
если мальчика звери дикие
What if the boy got
утащили?
snatched
Или
up by
того
wild
хуже?
animals? Or something even worse? Even worse echoed through the hallway. I did hear that, actually.
Да я рядом буду. В лес не пойду.
I won't go far. I'll stay away from the forest.
Что я тебе сказала?
Did you
Мне
hear what
дважды
I
повторять.
said? Or should I repeat myself?
Лучше портфель собери
Better
или
go
с Олей
pack your school
поиграй.
bag or play with Oya. God, that sounded like a dog. That didn't sound like a fucking tap. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to my mother, so I'm just gonna leave, I guess. Anton! I'll whip you if you take a single step outside that door. Okay, sorry, Mom. I guess I'm lying to your face then. You made the decision, not me. It was difficult to lie to Mom, but there was no other way for me to run away from home.
Мам, там что-то с телевизором случилось.
Something's wrong with the TV.
Картинка какая-то
The picture is
тусклая,
dim and there are
экран весь
stripes all over the
полосах.
screen. Mom's face became visibly distorted.
Без ножа меня режет.
Ugh, you're killing me
Стрелял в
here.
животок своих.
So, have you had enough of shooting these stupid ducks now?
Говорила
Those stupid
же,
ducks now?
посадите мне кинескоп своей
Told you the
приставкой.
kinescope will go dim because of your console. What?
Где мы теперь мастера найдем в дыре этой, а?
Where will we find a TV technician in this hole? Huh?
Может быть, просто
Maybe
настройки
it's just the
сбились?
settings.
Сходи, посмотри,
Please, go see for yourself. Strange.
Нормально же
It
работает.
worked fine in the morning.
Из-за снегопада,
Maybe
наверное,
the snowfall
неполадки.
caused it. Mom rubbed her hands clean on her apron and went to Olia's room. Olia. Outside. Yay! I hate it so much. I opened the front gate and went into the field. Are you guys having fun? I'm not. Carefully, so Mom wouldn't see me from the window. When I crossed half of the distance towards the forest, the snow piles became as high as my knees. I remember my nightly fears. I saw those silhouettes around here. They were jumping around, holding hands. That hypnotizing music started playing in my head all on its own. In the light of day, those distant figures felt like a simple dream. How lovely. The sun turned my nightmares to ash, but the aftertaste was still there, distant ringing in my ears, distorted shadows crawling on the snow alongside me, and a barely audible whisper in my head, blurry and almost kind. Ooh, I hate. Everything was silent, so silent I felt like the world was totally empty. No ground, no sky, no parents, no Olya. The time reached its limit, a one-way trip that ended at the forest Piney Stockade. Piney Stockade! I shuddered, chasing away my delusions, and looked around. Oh, I don't like this. There were only me, this white field, and the wind that was whipping up icy dust and belts of powdered snow. I squinted from the sun and turned my eyes to the sunless forest. It looked especially dark in contrast with the blinding whiteness. Knobby tree roots slithered their way under the snow like fat snakes. Fat snakes. Rotten leaves and coniferous needles froze into the ice. Oh, a glove! There's a glove! Can I get the glove? Dry, prickly branches intertwined, bringing up uncomfortable thoughts about fences. Were they protecting the forest? Or were they keeping something from breaking out? Some object was hanging from one of the pointy branches. I tried to get closer, drowning in snow, and when I almost got to the edge of the forest, I saw a knitted mitten. A knitted mitten. It looked like a wounded bird among the hungering semi-doc. Should I take it to the police? The senior officer looked gloomy, but he still reminded me of Captain Casanova from my favorite TV show called The Streets of Broken Lights. Little bit of law. We love a little bit of law. A Russian mystery TV series telling the story of a daily life of a Russian police officer is the longest running series in the history of Russian TV at the moment. Wow, I love learning. Learning is fun. Good for brain. Will this mitten help them find the lost boy? Vova! Vova. I heard a distant shout. It looked like it came from the river. Vova! As if the trees were calling out to someone. Vova resounded closer to me. Someone was standing there, behind the trees, hiding. Bova! Someone was standing way hiding behind the trees. I know someone was looking for the lost boy, but still, something was unsettling about that figure. What figure? What are you looking at? Its stillness, how it was bent unnaturally towards the ground. Where? Its blackness. There's no one there, just branches and roots. It's all just my imagination. A nearby bird flapped its wings loudly. Oh my god! There was someone there after all. Wowee, good for me. A shadow split from the tree and disappeared from my sight. I looked away for just a moment, but when I turned my gaze back to the same place, it was gone. Yeah, it's... Hi. So it was my imagination, after all. Nope. Silence reigned for a painfully long time. Oh, why are we scanning? Stop scanning! I don't like scanning! Why are you scanning? Stop it! Oh my god. Oh. My muscles were tightly sprung. My heart was beating somewhere in my throat. Any noise, any little movement, any small whisper from the thicket, and I would sprint. Good plan, my man. But nothing of the sort happened. I looked at the mitten once more. Run away or take? Oh, do we take it? Oh, do we take it? Oh, I kind of want to take it. Should I take it? Oh, I'm going to take it. Oh, I decided to take the lonely mitten from the branch. Over, haha. Oh, bye. A shout rumbled across the field and dissolved into the distance. No echo, no hope for a reply. Ah! Oh god. Are we getting the mitten or not? I stepped towards the bristly trees and tried to claim my find. Why did I choose to take the fucking mitten? Me and this fucking mitten are gonna have words. It didn't budge. I pulled harder, the branch cracked, and the mitten tore off, landing in my hand with a squishy sound. Great. All too heavy. Wet. I squeezed it without thinking, and something dark spilled from it, forming a tiny string between the mitten and the snow. Steam rose from the snow pile. Oh, shit. Oh, okay, so if steam's the thing, then that blood is recent, my friend. I froze in place, studying my palms in disgust. Red. The sound of cracking branches invaded the silence. Can we run now? I didn't have to think twice before running away. Same. Someone was chasing me from the darkness, breaking pine branches, closing the distance with giant leaps. Snow was slowing me down, crazy thoughts flew through my mind. I'm gonna get caught. They'll get me. I'll get dragged into the thicket. I'll be gone forever. But there was one more voice, probably one of reason. It gave me strength and spurred me on. You can do it. Don't stop. I heard an animal roar behind me. It was so loud my ears went numb. It felt like the sound had come from a pack of hungry beasts rather than a single one. Their nostrils sucked in freezing air. They sensed my fear. 2 giant wings flapped above my head. What the fuck is chasing you? An enormous shadow flew over the clearing. A hoot, a wheeze. Is it the owl? The roars were coming from all directions now. From the dried up raspberry bush, from twisted pines, from under the windfall. Hurry, run, and don't look back. Fucking hell, this is so tense. It felt like I was inside a nightmare. The snowy clearing became vicious like quicksand. Viscous. Shit. I was stuck in place. I pulled my leg from the mushy trap just to be caught in a new one, even deeper than before. I continued to drown, sinking deeper and deeper with every desperate push. Was snow ever this sticky? I screamed in horror after realizing this wasn't snow. Someone or something in the snow pile was clutching my pants. I gathered all my strength and rushed forward. The pressure on my leg was gone. My boots slipped out of the hole and my soles were on a hard surface again. I reached a clear path with one jump from there, and from there ran into my house. The gloomy facade didn't look threatening now. That house was my line of defense from the shadows that flapped their wings and the creatures that were hidden under the snow. I tripped over the doorstep and smashed into the door. In all my hurry, I still managed to notice the claw marks, as if a dog was striking the wood with its paws, demanding to be let in so it could escape the cold. I hadn't noticed these marks when I was leaving. The heartbeat in my ears was much louder than my surroundings, and I couldn't hear whether someone was following me or not. What What if they were already in our front yard and Mom had locked the door? Drowning in fear, I pulled the doorknob and it obediently gave way. That was so fucking tense. I rolled into the hallway and shut the door behind me. Porch planks creaked as my pursuers ascended the stairs. Stairs? My fingers slipped off the lock and I couldn't click it into place. Why? Oh, I gritted my teeth and pulled hard on the iron knob, whipping it between the boards. I stared blankly at the door. Someone was standing on the other side of the pitiful, flimsy barrier that was probably less useful than blankets. Wheezing breath reached into the house and crashed at me in waves. It smelled of pine and sweat. Mom peeked out of the kitchen and chastised me with the same frigid voice she had always used when talking to Dad. What exactly didn't you understand when I told you never slam the door?
Я случайно.
I didn't mean to. I snuck a glance at the door. The smell was gone, and the breath was too. If there was someone in the first place, of course. Here, mere 5 meters away from my mom, my fear was slowly weakening, melting like snow in spring, and with it the last bit of strength I had left my body too. My legs gave way. I propped myself up against the wall so I wouldn't fall over. Mom's expression had changed immediately. The cold mask of strictness and detachment was gone. Mom looked the same as before all those quarrels. She finally saw my condition, my wet pants plastered with snow.
Ты где был?
Where have you been? What did I tell you, huh? I told you to stay home.
Я и для тебя
Am I
пустое
nothing to you too? Oh, jeez. I got deep. I got afraid she would cry. I reached out to her like when I was very little and wanted her to cuddle me. But Mom regained her composure fast and put on her usual face. Her eyes shined like steel. Her voice rang out.
место. У отца сигареты пропали.
Your dad can't find his cigarettes.
Признавайся, ты
Be
их
honest.
стащил?
Did you snatch
Курить
them?
бегаешь?
Were you smoking in secret? Isn't he like 9? There was someone chasing me, I thought. I stuttered, and as soon as I started explaining myself. Tears welled up in my eyes. Mom leaned towards me and sniffed my clothes like a beast, searching for the smell of tobacco, like a hound with a big old honking nose, a big old honker. Then she squinted her eyes in suspicion and looked into the front yard. Oh, what happened? Her expression changed in an instant and she covered her mouth with her hand. What's out
Гляди,
there?
вон же они. Прямо у забора.
Look over there at the fence. My heart started thumping as if I became prey once again and my pursuers were following me in the field. I could swear that I've heard something scratch at the door, just like my nightmare. Mom beckoned me with her finger and I gathered all my remaining bravery to look into the kitchen window, facing my fear. Oh, it was just wolves. I could barely discern some hairy silhouettes swimming in the snow through the icy winter patterns on the glass. Dogs, oh dogs. Just a small pack of strays with no name and owner, barely reminding me of hungry monsters that live on the edge of the forest.
Божечки.
Oh boy,
Ты
were you
их
scared of them? I think they'd rather be scared of you, Anton.
Антон.
Oh, are you happy about that? You happy your son just got chased by a pack of wild dogs and ripped apart? Jesus Christ. They were chasing me, like a bunny. And what if they were rabid? The smile had slowly disappeared from Mom's face. Now she looked at the dogs as if it was her first time seeing them.
Что если они нападут на Олю?
What if they attack Olya? Oh yeah, don't worry about Anton. Don't worry about your other child.
Вот бы твой отец
I wish your
их
dad could just
пристрелил.
shoot them all. Okay, that's a bit extreme. A dark and sticky mitten that belonged to the lost boy made a squishy sound in my hand. Seemed like I was clutching it the whole time. That's my trump card as a detective. I hurried to present this clue to my mom, and she's gonna love that, a bloody mitten. Happy Mother's Day.
Мам, смотри, это Вовина
Oh
варежка.
god. Mom, look, this is Vova's mitten.
Ну того, про
That
которого
boy the
утром
police were
милиция
asking about
спрашивала.
this morning.
Она вся в крови.
It's drenched
На
in
дереве
blood. I
висела.
found it hanging
Вон
on a
там,
tree.
могу показать.
I can show you where.
Давай в милицию скорее позвоним.
Let's just call the
Как нас
police right
участковый
away,
просил.
like the officer had told us to.
Мам, гляди.
Mom, look!
Фу.
Ew! A shadow of doubt slowly crept onto Mom's contorted face, as if she was trying to remember something distant, like someone tries to remember their dream, but the images slip away.
А ну-ка прекрати сейчас.
Stop it this moment!
Оля тебя услышит,
Olya will
с
go
ума
insane if she hears
Она
you.
и так не спит.
She
На всё
already
подряд
has trouble
жалуется.
sleeping and whines all the time.
Ещё и ты со своими
And you
шуточками.
joke around like this? At that moment, I realized the mitten was actually wet from snow. It wasn't 2 minutes ago. It was wet with a lot of fucking blood. There was no blood whatsoever. I wanted to sink through the floor from embarrassment.
Иди сюда, паникер.
Come here, my boy who cried wolf.
Да не стой
And
столбом.
don't just stand
Вот,
there. Come,
таблетку.
take your pills.
Быстро пей.
Oh. A golden-colored pill, reminiscent of a dead wasp, fell onto my palm.
Я уже пил сегодня.
I
за
already took
завтраком.
one during breakfast.
Попререкайся
Don't
мне
talk
ещё.
over me. Okay.
Сейчас же выпей, а то ночью не уснешь.
Come on,
Тебе
take
в
it,
школу
or you won't be able to sleep at night. And you have school tomorrow. So I had to swallow the bitter medication, drinking it down with a similarly awful water that gave off a taste of chlorine. Healthy. What's happening to me? Honestly, I don't fucking know, my guy. Either the pill had an immediate effect, or my overexerted brain didn't let fear inside anymore. Serenity washed over me, bringing yawny indifference along with it.
Антон, выпил?
Anton, you
Можешь,
done?
если захочешь.
See, you can do it when you try.
Раздевайся.
Take off your
Уснул,
coat.
что ли?
Are you asleep?
Нет, мам.
No, Mom. I was just thinking.
Интересно, о чем же?
What about? I wonder.
Так, глупость.
It's just something silly. Mom scrutinized me with suspicious eyes, as if she wasn't sure she was looking at her own son and not some doppelganger that came from the forest.
Точно все нормально?
Is everything alright?
У тебя такое лицо
You
было,
had the
когда
exact same
милиционер про окно
expression when the
спросил.
policeman asked you about the window.
Все нормально, мам.
I'm alright, Mom. She heaved a deep sigh. She heaved a deep sigh. I walked past Olya's bedroom and slipped into my own. One of the drawers was empty. I hid the mitten there. Where are you, Voba? Achievement. The simple action drained the last bit of strength from me. I sat on the bed, and then I noticed there was someone behind the curtains. Why? Is that Olya again? My tired hand dropped to the sheets. Whether it was due to the medication I took or the stress I underwent, the room began to contort as if the wind was blowing the walls out like a pair of sails. The room's corners bent and undulated. Ooh, undulated. Good word. A flimsy piece of cloth was stuck to my hidden visitor. Why are we zooming in? Just like a savant of sorts. A savant. Ah.
Оля,
Well, yeah. Who else could be standing there? I stood up and licked my dried up lips.
Оля, очень смешно.
Olya, it's so funny. Oh, yeah, Olya, so funny. Woo. The silhouette was unmoving. It was enveloped softly by the curtains, as if there was a thick layer of darkness there, not a human being. I reached towards the curtains. Why? Badum, badum. Badum, badum, badum. Beat my heart, controlled by medication. TM. Plastic rings rustled against the holder when I pulled on the curtains. Why? Pulled open the curtains. Why? Why? Oh no, 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 no. Oh my god. If I didn't love your cute, stupid little fucking face so much, I would flick you in the forehead. You dumb sister. Can't be mean to a child. Olya ran up to the table, her eyes round, and asked, You stole something and hid it there?
Ты вор?
Are you a thief?
Что?
What?
Глупая.
Don't be stupid.
Ничего я не
I
крал.
didn't steal anything. A clear image came to mind. That mitten hanging from a tree branch. Fun! What if I did steal it after all? From the forest. From the tilted figure standing behind black trees. Olya could be selfish and stubborn when she wanted.
Покажи тогда.
Then show me.
Поклянись, что никому
Swear
не
that you
скажешь.
won't tell
Тогда
anyone,
покажу.
and then I'll show you. Olya wore a plotting smile. Oh, Jesus, that is a plotting smile. Do not trust that face. Olya nodded and made a gesture with her hand, locking her mouth with an imaginary key. She was filled with curiosity that was splashing in her giant eyes. I opened the drawer and Olya leaned in, holding her breath. It looked like there was not just a simple mitten, but some sort of exotic critter. Is this someone's mitten? She said that as if she couldn't understand what she saw.
Один мальчик
A
потерял.
certain boy
И
lost
сам
it,
потерялся.
and got lost himself.
Теперь понимаешь, как
Now,
опасно гулять
you
в
do
лесу,
understand how
особенно
dangerous it is
детям.
for kids to wander into the forest, right?
Ему, наверное,
He must be
там очень
really cold out there. Will they find him?
Обязательно.
They will.
Участковый по домам
The
ходит.
police are
всем
going house to
фотографии его
house,
показывает.
showing his photo to everybody. Olya traversed the room with Kay and pressed her tiny palms against the window.
А почему он по домам ходит,
And why
а
are they
не по
going
лесу?
house? Why are they going to the houses and not the forest?
Боится?
Are they scared? The question caught me off guard.
Милиционеры ничего не боятся.
The police aren't scared of
И
anything.
лес они прочесали.
They've already scouted the forest. Yeah, right. Flashed in my clouded mind. Huh. What if the owl got him?
Ерунда.
Nonsense. An owl wouldn't be able to lift a
Ну
human.
вот что.
But you know what? I was picking my words with the utmost care. I forced them out of my overexerted brain.
Ты в лес не суйся.
Stay
Мне
away from the
кажется, он
forest.
какой-то,
I think
как
it's...
сказать,
How should I put it?
проклятый, что ли?
It's cursed or something.
Как в сказке?
Just like in a fairy tale?
Нет, скорее,
No,
как на
more
той
like
страшной
in that
кассете, что
spooky tape
родители
our parents
прячут.
hide from us. Olya giggled, giggled. She giggled and tugged at my sleeve.
Тоша, пойдем Аладдина
Tony,
смотреть.
let's watch Aladdin. Fatigue won over my desire to be with my little sister. I was washed over by some sort of heinous apathy.
Вымотался я.
I'm too
Что-то
tired.
не
I don't
хочется.
want to.
Ну пойдем.
Come on.
Мне скучно
It's so
одной,
boring
а мама
alone
занята
and
всё
mom is always
время.
busy.
Можно выбрать
We could
другой
pick a
мультик,
cartoon you
который
haven't
ты
seen
ещё не
before.
видел.
Да я все
I
наши
know all of
кассеты
our tapes by
наизусть
heart at this
знаю.
point.
А вот и не
Not all of
все.
them. You haven't
Ты
watched
Питера
Peter
Пэна
Pan?
не видел. Помнишь, ты уснул
Remember
на
how you fell
середине?
asleep in the middle of it?
Потом
And so
такое.
much happens after that.
Ну,
Let's go.
пойдем.
Давай попозже.
Maybe a bit later. I really regret turning the fucking voices on.
Рассказать тебе, чем
Should
всё
I tell you how it
закончилось?
ends?
Утром расскажешь.
Let's leave that for tomorrow.
Утром не
I won't tell you
захочу.
tomorrow.
Придумала.
I know.
А давай
Let's play
впрямь.
hide and seek.
Нет, Оля.
No, Olya.
Тогда
Then draw me a
нарисуй
dino.
мне динозавра.
Оля,
Olya,
блин.
please.
Нарисуй,
Draw it.
нарисуй.
Draw it. God. How can you say no to those fucking eyes?
Да оставь ты меня в покое!
Oh. He shouted. He yelled. He did aloud. He got loud. He was very loud. I blurted it out without thinking, and then I was immediately taken back. I'd never screamed at my little sister like that. Olya stared at me in shock. Her lips started trembling, a precursor to tears. My chest was seething with disgust and embarrassment. What's happening to me? I hurried to prevent Olya from crying.
Ладно,
All right,
поболтала.
you win.
Давай
Let's go
смотреть
watch
мультики.
cartoons for a bit.
Только недолго.
I don't
Не
wanna.
хочу.
No, you've hurt her feelings. Let's go.
Питера Пэна посмотрим.
Let's go watch Peter Pan.
Ага, ты
Boo!
опять
You'll fall asleep
уснешь.
again. I smiled and lifted her chin. Her eyes were wet and felt bottomless.
Не усну.
I promise
обещаю.
I won't. Oh, he's such a good brother.
А потом я тебе
And I'll draw you a
целый
full
Triceratops
Triceratops later.
Ура!
What she said.
Трипик! Сири! Попса!
What did you say? Triceratops. Triceratops. That is what they're now called scientifically. No one can tell me otherwise.
Ну, почти.
Well, close enough. I'll go ask Mom for condensed milk and bread, and you rewind the tape. That sounds fucking gross. It's probably kind of nice, I guess, but it sounds fucking gross. Oh, this is lovely. Wow. What can I look at? Pretty much everything, I bet. Excuse me! Oh, I hate this. Why am I so close? The tube warmed up, a familiar white noise. Oh, I can't read, it's so loud. The tube warmed up, and familiar white noise started dancing on the black screen. Why? Why is it this close? I almost reached out to turn on the VCR when the noise calmed down and a blurry image appeared for a moment. Oh my god, I hate this. What? It was a dark taiga forest, just like the one outside my window. The picture split the screen in half. Jesus Christ. Something creepy resembling human speech was coming out of the speaker, I'll fucking say. Oh. Just a few moments later, the scenery was again overshadowed by noise. I still don't trust. Did it catch some rogue signal? Local TV station only really showed Soviet cartoons, and even that was pretty rare. And only just recently, I used to always watch the Robotech before school. It was so awesome. Thank fuck for that. Maybe I should tinker with the antenna. What if I catch this channel again? On the other hand, Olya had asked me to find the tape. It wouldn't be nice to disappoint her. But in my sleepy state, I didn't have the strength to do all of it. Search or set? No, I'm gonna search. I wanna watch a film with my sister because I shouted at her I'm a big fucking meanie. What are we watching? I sifted through the shelves of that were full of dolls and blue hippos from Kinder Surprise. Ah, they're so cute. I think I used to have these. I think I genuinely used to have some of these from Kinder Eggs. I found the tape I needed thanks to its shabby spine. I got the black rectangle from its box. Why is the music fading out? Ah. The tape inside it rustled while rewinding to the beginning. The rustle was lulling me to sleep. Drowsiness attacked me while I was squatting before the TV. Why are we up close again?
Ты не смотришь без меня?
Oh. You haven't started without me, have you? My sister brought the tray with unevenly cut bread and a whole can of condensed milk. I rubbed my eyes.
Нет,
No.
садись.
Come sit.
Мама с папой опять
Mom and Dad
ругаются.
are arguing again.
У них сейчас период
They're going
такой.
through rough times.
Глупый какой-то
Rough
период.
times are lame. I'll say. I agree, Olya. Olya for president. Olya smeared a slice of bread with a thick layer of condensed milk and handed it to me.
А
Have
у
you
тебя
lost all of your
всё
baby teeth?
молочные зубы выпали.
What an odd question all of a sudden.
Конечно.
Obviously. Olya frowned deep in thought.
У Питера Пэна зубы
Peter Pan has
молочные.
baby teeth. What if they won't let you go to his land with adult teeth?
Мы что-нибудь
We'll
обязательно
think of
придумаем.
something.
Попросим папу
We'll ask Dad to
исправить тебе
alter your
возраст
age in the
в паспорте.
passport.
С чего это папа
And why
будет
would Dad
документы
forge
подделывать?
documents? Olya took a bite from the sandwich and started talking with her mouth full. He will.
Мама
I
говорила,
heard
что он
Mom.
подделал.
What?
А я под-
He will. I heard Mom say he did that before. To be honest, I also imagined myself there, in a land where one never ages, where no one argues over the little things, where no one listens to fights and the sound of broken plates at night. It felt like I was dreaming with my eyes still open. Then my sister's scream pulled me back to reality. What scream?
Тоша, скорее, шторы задерни!
Tony, shut the curtains fast. Why?
Зачем?
Sam, what's going on?
Никто же на тебя не смотрит.
No one's watching you.
Уже темно.
It's dark, and when it's dark, the owl comes. I'm scared. They closed, aren't they? I got out of bed, fighting my drowsiness, and closed the curtains. Oh no! Oh no! Okay. Oh, I thought it was going to force me to go right up to them. I did my best not to look outside, toward the treetops, toward the taiga forest, which seemingly drew closer and closer. Of course, it was just a visual effect from shadows of branches scraping the snow.
Тоша,
Tony,
мама думает, что я
Mom thinks I made this owl up.
И папа
And Dad
считает,
too.
что раз я
They think I'm a liar
маленькая,
since I'm
значит,
small.
крошка, а сова есть.
But the owl exists.
Вот честно,
Honestly,
честно,
honestly
есть
it
она.
does. I believe her.
Ты же
After what
мне
I've fucking seen. You do believe me, right?
Ты верь,
Yes,
слышишь?
I believe you, alright?
Ты только родителям
Just don't
больше не
nag our
рассказывай
parents about it
сам.
anymore.
У них и так
They're
хватает
already
бабок.
dealing with a
Они
lot,
только
and they'll just end up
рассердятся.
getting mad at you.
Ты мне говори, если что
Come and
случится.
tell me if anything happens.
И в окно не смотри.
And don't look out the window.
Но она хочет,
But
чтобы
it
я
wants me to
смотрела.
look. Oh, I hate this. This is so creepy.
Перехочет.
Doesn't matter.
Притворись, что
Act
её
like
нет и
it
не
doesn't
было
exist
никогда,
and
что
never
она
existed,
выдумка,
like it's
как
made
родители
up,
говорят.
just like Mom and Dad say.
Ей ждать надоест,
It'll get tired
она
of
улетит.
waiting and fly away. I feel bad for her, man. I'm sorry there's so much reading, but I hope you're enjoying. We followed Peter Pan's adventures as if nothing had happened, as if the forest didn't kidnap kids, as if our parents weren't tearing each other apart bit by bit. Olya's eyelids had dropped. She started snorting lightly, resting her chin on the side of the bed. I stood up and left Olya's room. I was looking out the window, studying the field, when Mom peeked into my room.
Довольно баловства.
Enough playing around.
Завтра первый
It's
день.
your first day at school tomorrow.
Ложись, тебе надо
Go
выспаться.
to bed. You should sleep properly.
Не хочешь же ты, чтобы тебя
You
все
don't want to be
дразнили сон?
teased for being sleepy, right? Night, Mom. Thank you for the kind words of encouragement. Love you. Bye. The wind howled on and on in the night. My thoughts were like annoying flies that entered my head before becoming weak and tangled. I didn't notice how I fell into slumber. It has come, after all. The day I feared the most. The first day of a new school term. Episode 2. Time to play with you. Great. Oh, Vova. What have you got me doing? Okay, that's gonna do it for this this little go at Tiny Bunny. I got through episode 1. I don't know how many episodes there are, but I got through episode 1, which is pretty good. I didn't even realize it was coming to an end. Anyway, this game is so fucking tense. The soundscape and the sound design, the amount of effort they put into the sound of this game is unreal. I urge any of you watching this game to go and play it yourself because it is seriously so interesting, and it just freaked me out a lot, okay? It made me feel scared. Definitely coming back for episode 2 because I'm very curious about what the hell is going on, and also I want to kind of find that Vova kid. He's probably dead, but I still want to find him, you know? Thank you very much for watching. Please consider subscribing if you fancy it. I'd super appreciate that, and I'd love to have you back for another video at some point. Thank you sincerely. See you soon. Bye.